I swear, Marco was a guest model in his past life. Alright, guys, totally enjoyed the show. Marco delivers the world's greatest show. You guys are going to love the show. So much fun. I must say, I really put in a lot of work to make sure you guys really enjoy the show, okay? Alright? I really put in a lot of work. And I was watching something. I was watching the Britney conservatorship and everything, and I was like, you know what? These women are going through majorly traumatic events, and you're just like, now they've got the boyfriend, the money, the fancy cars, the nice clothes, but some of these issues these women go through, you're just thinking, oh my goodness, like this is terrible. I'm shocked. I can't believe it. And of course, this is typical, which is why women have always said that men are in situations get treated differently or whatever. I mean, for me, I've never had these kinds of experiences. I've had some rough stuff, but nothing like that. So, I'm like, holy, like, I'm just like, that's where I got my positivity from because I'm just super positive because I have everything working for me and going for me. So I'm like, there's nothing like that's happened. So Jessica Simpson was talking about how she was abused as a child and how she was bullied like crazy and all this stuff. And I was like, and then she was talking about how she was worried about going to parent-teacher interview nights because of her music. And I'm thinking to myself, that's the reason why you do the music, because women don't do those things. So you want to make sure. No, I'm not saying it's a negative for her because I mean she's been through a lot, but I'm just saying like like if you've been through that kind of stuff, and or if you are performing like that, then you're gonna want people to know that you perform like that for a reason, right? Like it's meant to say women can be free, women can do these things, even when they are mothers. Um, and she was saying she wanted to be a good role model for her children. I'm thinking, that's great. I mean, that's really, really good, of course. But you're just like, hold up, surprised that she's saying these things, because not that she isn't a good role model, but I mean, I think that music is fine. I don't mind it. I like it very much. I like what she does, but I mean, like, I'm just thinking, this is something you wouldn't think of coming out of her mouth. Now, the thing is, a lot of these people that do these types of performances and do these types of things will later on say that they didn't want to do those things, or you hear them talking about it and it's totally different of what you're expecting because maybe they're totally different, or they found God. Some of them did find God, so they're thinking this is not how you should sing, this is not how you should be. And I mean, for me, I'm always going to be like the way that I am. I always think the way what I do is good. Everything I do, I have no problems with. I'm always going to be like this. I mean, for me, it's just always going to happen like this. I mean, there's nothing no epiphany that's going to happen for me. Nothing that's going to make me feel, I don't feel I'm a bad role model for children. I don't feel that I'm negative in any way. And I feel that even though I'm a bit exotic or or a bit controversial, that's a positive thing. I think some kids growing up need to see stuff like that. Now I'm not nearly like Madonna or anything like that, but I just couldn't imagine Madonna saying, "I can't believe I did these things." You're just thinking like, well, you did them for a reason at the time, so just accept it. She has no regrets, obviously, but it's like it's like Jessica Simpson, like you should be proud of yourself. You really put yourself out there. You worked really hard. Um, children are not gonna even think about it, and if they are, they probably enjoy it. And the mom and dad probably annoyed because they're probably hearing music over and over again. Um, but it's not an embarrassing thing. But she's got a good husband now, and she's doing quite well. I'm sure to her it's not as big of a deal as it was, but I mean, maybe she's just saying things that were on her mind at the time. But and the fact that she was abused, and Paris Hilton was abused, and Britney Spears was abused, and it's like it's crazy. Madonna was abused. Like it's kind of like, well, how do you? I mean, what about for the rest of women, right? Like these women are the top women in the world. What about the rest of women? Like they must go through so much more. You're thinking like, wow, that's insane. I'm surprised. I was actually really surprised to hear Jessica Simpson being abused. I'm like, it's bad enough that it happens, but to have it happen to these women, Now, of course, they're no more special than everybody else, but we all always, when we hear about it through a celebrity like that, we're just thinking, oh, that's crazy. Um, I mean, that's what I think. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the show. I love performing for you guys. Now, for me, I'm not going to regret anything I've done, all right? I'm like Madonna, I have no regrets. I'm honestly in complete control of everything I do. There's nothing negative going on in my life at all. There's nothing really bad happening. I'm very positive, and that's the reason why, because I'm very, very lucky. I've had some traumatic events in the past, but I'm okay now, so I'm doing quite well. I had been robbed at one point before. This was years and years ago, and this was from a friend of mine. So I was like, oh my goodness. But yes, so I mean, at that point, I was young, didn't even have much of anything. I don't have much of anything now either, but I didn't even have much of anything. And so I was like, okay. Um, that friend is not doing very well now. He's got major issues with his health, and I'm doing quite well. So I mean, it's not a big deal really. But he stole a toy, like I think it was a Lady Death toy that I had, and it was so nice. I loved it. He stole my Lady Death toy and different things. But yes, I mean, and that was a different time. Like I had him over a lot. He was kind of like rude all the time. In a way, he wasn't really rude, but he was saying certain things that were rude, but not on purpose. He was a good friend. I didn't see anything wrong with him at the time. And so that happened. But I mean, other than that, and that I got over that. I mean, I'm fine. It's years and years and years ago, probably when I was 18 or 19, when I was very naive. So it's not a big deal now. And I mean, I'm 41 now, so that will never happen to me again. So, you know, it was a friend, so I'm not going to have a friend over that I don't trust, right? Anyway, thank you all for watching. You guys are really great. I really appreciate you guys being there for me, watching my videos and enjoying. That's how you're there for me. So thank you. All right. Some of my fans are awesome. They're very supportive, very nice. Always giving me sweet compliments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, now I'm going to trim down. Now, I'm almost trimmed down to perfection. I'm very close to being trimmed down to perfection. Once I'm trimmed down to perfection, I am going to stay there. The thing is, this is what I do. I told you guys before, I do intermittent fasting, which is like eating a bunch after making videos and then not eating for some time before making the videos. Not all the time, but sometime. Sometimes I do no eating till I do my videos again, or I do some eating but not so much so that I gain any weight. So, I also have other strategies too. I do exercise, and making videos is a lot of work. It takes a lot of exercise to do videos where I'm dancing the whole time and stuff like that for 3 or 4 hours or 10 hours or whatever number of hours I do them for. So that happens there. All right, guys? So I am doing it in a healthy way. I recommend if you are going to lose weight, do it the healthy way. You can even do that method if it works for you. All right, making videos and then eating, and then I usually eat a lot when I eat because I'm like I didn't eat and I'm so hungry. I love the taste of food. It's just that I have to be thin for this. So if I wasn't needing to be thin for any reason, I would be eating, eating, and eating. Anyway, thank you all so much. Take my dieting tips seriously. And make sure that when you are eating, you're eating healthy, all right? Because you're intermittent fasting, so you are fasting, so you don't want to eat unhealthy in between fasting, all right? So I'm looking prime. I'm looking amazing, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My pleasure to give you guys the world's greatest show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, have a good night. Bye.